Okay. Making sure I post before we start the conversation. We're at Amaryllis now. All right. Welcome to Podcast Malawi, the number one podcast on the land. Actually, Leon keeps saying if there are other podcasts, but we're the leading podcast, and it's a pleasure to be in Blantyre. For the first time that we're recording outside in Blantyre, having a conversation. So it's a leading podcast in the land, and privileged to be recording at a leading hotel on the land.
5-star hotel.
5-star and the leading hotel. And who's the better person to talk to if we're not talking to... Are you the GM?
Yes.
To Rammy Wahid, the GM. I needed to confirm. You end up calling him the GM when he's not the GM. He is probably something else.
No, I'm flexible. Don't worry.
Okay. Rammy, welcome to Podcast Malawi.
Thank you very much, man. Welcome to Amaryllis Hotel.
So I'm going to do an intro for you for Podcast Malawi. Podcast Malawi is the leading podcast in Malawi with over 12,000 subscribers.
On YouTube.
Wow.
And yesterday, on Tuesday, we actually released our episodes on Tuesday. The list that we had released, the latest actually that we had released, hit 17,000 views.
Oh wow, that's big.
As of today. So big. It's in 2 days.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, so those are the numbers that are following this podcast. And when we said we're going to Blantyre, I had to say, we need to go and talk to Rammy for all the reasons that we need to talk to you.
Welcome, guys.
Sure.
I'm very happy that you are in Blantyre.
So that's who we are. And as an opening of this conversation, tell us about you as Rammy Wahid. And then you tell us also about what you do here as Amaryllis.
Yeah, sure. In quick answer, I'm a general manager for the past 8 years. I graduated from a very big university in Egypt called Alexandria University. I do have I did my bachelor degree at the university for hotels management, and also I did the diploma in the digital marketing. Okay. And that's one of my hobbies. So I came into the sector in the industry as a very young receptionist.
Yes.
For the first time, I joined a very big company called Hilton Hotels.
Okay.
Hilton Worldwide in Egypt. Hospitality for me was a target when I was in high school, and I felt like no other sector but hospitality for me really to grow and to shine. I'm very happy that I have made the decision, and I can change that even for the world. So this is a quick about myself. What I'm doing in Amaryllis, I'm the general manager. I'm in the position of the general manager in Amaryllis for the past 3 years. I have joined the hotel in the middle of the pandemic, and that was a little bit strange move.
Yeah.
I came from Zanzibar. I was also still working for Hilton Hotels in Zanzibar, and I've been asked to join Amaryllis in August 2020. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a bit of the background of Amaryllis Hotel. You joined in 2020?
True.
2020, right?
2020, August 2020.
2020, okay. What's the story about Amaryllis?
Yeah.
And why I'm asking this is because that story, where it comes from, probably would tell us about the things that are happening.
True.
Yeah. So what's the background of Amaryllis?
No, thank you for the question. Very nice question. As I told you, I joined in August 2020. Amaryllis Hotel has opened its door in October 2019. Okay. After so much billions of investment, And unfortunately, the
pandemic.
brand was not very lucky because the pandemic hit
Yes.
in the early of 2020. Then that dark area, that dark period between the pandemic started and me joining. So when I came to Amaryllis, I came into a little bit also sad story that Amaryllis has lost its previous general manager with heart attack, and that was too much stressful for the brand and for the team. I came in the middle of the pandemic, and the countries was shutting down, and we couldn't understand what's happening and for how long that will happen, or was sad. I came. Amaryllis was a sad place. We have left with only 20 team members around. The floors, rooms, outlets were being closed. So we have made a decision. When I came, I could see a very potential structure, very beautiful, very well made building in the heart of the city of Blantyre, and we decided with the management team and the owning team, the board members,
Yes.
to be one of these companies that should grow during the pandemic. So wasn't an easy decision. However, we started immediately. We sat together. One of my first action was I told the people that I really trust myself very much. I believe that I can put the situation back to the track as much as I can, or as much as I could. So I asked people to join the property again. So we increased number of people from 20 to around 120 immediately.
That is tough.
The team members,
staff
yes.
members, yeah.
The team members, yes.
Okay.
The team members was getting that time around 25% of the salary. So I said, I won't be able to make it with 25% of the salary. So I said to the board, we need to get at least 80% of salaries to the team member. Let's fight with the full power. And the support of the board members was huge. And we sat together, we made a strategy, and we said, as of 2021, we should place the name of Amaryllis as one of the key players. The point that it wasn't really easy, that remember in Blantyre we were competing with other players that they were in the market in the last 50 years plus,
yeah.
or 20 years. So a new property, new brand, not an international. I keep calling myself here in Amaryllis local heart, global mind people, or local heart, global mind brand, to place ourselves into the right position. And we said that there is no position but the first position in the market. So that was clear instruction by myself to. It's not about us accepting anything or any small share from the market. No, that was, we really need to be the leading people in the market. So with the assistance of the team members, the management team and the team members around, with the understanding, I remember a meeting with them, and that was very emotional because we all decided. I said I won't be able to fight myself. The decision has to come from everyone around, from the oldest person in the property to the youngest person in the property. And look, man, with all great efforts, with a proper strategy, for us, we have a written strategy of what should be done in different elements. Let's say service, rooms, marketing and media, sales, food. We have decided to do a proper plan. And I said, this is the plan. This is the target. Let's go for it. So that's a very quick story of how we came to the market and how we placed Amaryllis into one of the very important hospitality players, not in Blantyre, is actually in Malawi.
You mentioning about your background from studying hospitality and making hospitality your passion, nothing else in the world but hospitality.
True.
And on the other side, digital marketing and all that. When you came into Amaryllis, when you were coming in with that passion, with that drive, I know there are a lot of people that struggle. When you have the passion, you have the drive, and you think you have the know-how, but on the other side, you have the board, which is the owners of the infrastructure. Probably they would have their own ideas or ideologies of how they want the business to run, and you with your zeal, enthusiasm, say, no, this is how I want to do these things. How did you marry that, your drive, your passion, and the plans that the board had? Did they come together? What was the situation like?
Also, another very good question. That was, for me, that was a very easy task, okay? We met with the board, we sat together, and I explained everything from A to Z. And I wasn't that smart, but what we are experiencing today, I told them that is the outcome. And my request was very clear. And I said, I have only one request: free hands. My only request was free hands. I just need to be completely free. I just want to make sure that any innovative idea that comes in our mind, either my mind or the team minds, it has to be implemented directly. And again, the way that the managing director, the chairman, the CEO has given us that go ahead, that guys, listen, don't tie your hands. We are behind you. Tell us what needs to be done. We will do it. So it's a very important point, because there's so many innovative people in Malawi with a tight hands.
Yeah, that's true.
You won't be able to see them. You won't be able to discover them. You won't be able to see their success, because they have the ideas in the minds, and also the idea dies in their minds. Just because of someone behind wants to be the big man, the big boss, the one who said yes, no, do, don't do, no. So the plan was clear. And in the hospitality industry, we really need to be innovative. You need to be, this kind of artistic activities. So you need to be talented before to be professional, We have to be professional at the end of the day. But if you are talented, like an artist, any artist might come with an idea, just click in his mind, and then maybe the following day the idea become a song or a movie and whatever. It is similar to hospitality. So I love the word of that married. We could really marry between the vision of the board members, and the vision of the board members was too big, because to put a structure like Amaryllis in Malawi, in Blantyre,
it's a huge investment.
And not in the capital city. Remember, it was in the capital city. So when I came, the vision was huge, and the vision has been stopped by the pandemic. So for them to have someone with too much power, I say, guys, listen, too much energy, too much enthusiasm. I said, listen, what you have in mind, we will implement it, but maybe not with the same method
that you had put at the beginning.
Because remember that we were in a very special kind of timing in the whole planet. So to implement the basic education or basic ideas to
traditional ideas can't work.
And I said, if we are going to open the book and pick from the books what can fit for us, that was mission impossible. So the only way just to be completely unique and think out of the box. So I have to give the credits. I know that the team members and the management team, they were perfect. But again, without the support and the free hands being given by the board members, from the chairman to all board members, we wouldn't be able to make it. Yeah,
Exactly.
So just as a follow-up question from Genesis, by then, let's just say probably your market share was around, say, 3 to 5%.
Yeah,
when you're starting off.
was even 0%.
0%.
Believe me.
Now, so what were your projections? Good, okay, from now to the end of year or next year, what was your target market share? Considering we already have big players on the market, so what was the target market?
And then there's a pandemic that we are coming from, so the inflow of traffic has also gone down.
So in the whole from August 2020 up to the end of 2020, December 2020, I set no target but only one:
Yeah.
gaining the trust of Malawians. So I said, if we are going to set numbers, then we don't know what we are doing, because we were literally not exist on a map of hotels.
Yes.
And the other players were really enjoying, even during the pandemic, because they were well known before Amaryllis. So I said, let's do all activities that build the trust with Malawians. One of the challenge that we had to deal with before us setting the numbers and target people was to remove the psychological barriers between Amaryllis and Malawians. Because when I came after 2 or 3 months, I could really see that 80% or even more of Malawians, they have the feeling that this place is not for them.
Yeah.
This place is too expensive.
Yeah.
This place is too big for them to go and have a cup of coffee or a meal, or
Just to relax with friends.
no.
Yeah.
It was like I have heard it in my ears, my own ears, that this place is for a certain kind of people.
For the elites.
Yes, a certain group of people that they can also go and enjoy the structure. So that was a challenge, a big challenge. And I said, let's open the door, let's do whatever possible to gain the trust and the respect, removing the barriers completely from between us and Malawians. And we spent the whole not the whole year, but from August to December, doing all activities that build the trust. And then, as of 2021, we could sit together for the first time and said, listen, what need to be done? My apologies.
No, it's okay.
That's all right.
Let's put numbers. Let's start targeting government. Let's start targeting corporate. Let's go and targeting individuals. So we have done lots of packages for a normal Malawian family to come and enjoy the weekend, or including even food, or come with the kids to a swimming pool and enjoy the day. NGOs, international market, we have done a lot. And for now, what I can say in Blantyre, Amaryllis is one of the highest, actually not one of the highest, is the highest property getting an international market. And the e-bookings, we are number one in Blantyre, getting the booking from internet, either from Amaryllis website or from different booking engines.
Nice.
So from 2020, just to answer the question, we have targeted everyone, literally.
So was this, for the hotel, this one, is it easy to sell to the corporate world or to people? Which one is easy to sell?
Was easy to sell to the corporate, definitely yes, but easier. However, what I have done, we have dropped the rate badly. I have dropped the rate like crazy. I remember that we have started selling rooms in August and September with 6,000 kwacha a night.
How much?
60,000.
60,000.
Yes. So for the board members, they were a little bit surprised of like the projection is to sell the rooms with around $200 a night.
So we're able to break even.
Yes. So here is the point, and thank you very much for breaking this. For me, I was not really targeting any profit. And I said, without the trust, without the respect that we have to build, people will not come. People don't know.
Yeah,
people
exactly.
are comfortable going to other hotels.
Because they have built that trust for a long time.
Yeah, and they have even memberships and loyalty programs, points and whatever. So the question is, why should I leave the hotel which is I used to go in the past
10 years.
10 years, 7 years, 5 years, and just suddenly I jumped to another hotel which is a brand new hotel. I don't know what they are offering, whatever. So the plan was to drop the rate to 60,000 kwacha. And I said, let's bring the people in Amaryllis and let's convince the market while they are in Amaryllis. So instead of me going into sales meetings, knocking doors, and I said, listen guys, my name is Rammy, I'm the GM of Amaryllis. We have a very beautiful splash restaurant, nice rooms. No. We said, let them come in Amaryllis, and the minute that will come to Amaryllis, we are going to steal their hearts. It will be so difficult for them to change to go anywhere else after coming and sitting in these nice rooms with the view of the very beautiful, amazing view of Blantyre, the services, the food, that package that Amaryllis is offering, and man, the idea is implemented and it went absolutely perfect.
Yeah. I remember my first encounter with Amaryllis was a long time ago. Actually, when it was being built, because in 2017, I was working for the Malawi Tourism Council. So when the plans of building the hotel, the designs were sent to the Malawi Tourism Council, I saw this structure. And I remember chatting with one of the office assistants then, who had brought these documents. I said, this is a dream, and I don't see this happening. This is Malawi. So we were there looking at the structure because there were pictures.
They're not used to it.
Yeah, the artistic impressions of how this thing is now, but it was on paper then. So I was saying, no ways. These guys want to build this in Malawi.
Now you see how short-sighted Malawians are.
Yeah, so this is me at the Malawi Tourism Council.
Yeah.
I was like, no, these guys, no, they're just trying to, there's something that they want to do, but I don't think they're going to build this. And a few years later, I came to Blantyre and I saw the structure going up. And I was like, I've seen that thing on paper.
Yeah.
And they're actually building that. What I'm saying is, after that, when the hotel came and it was finished and I was told, oh, the hotel has been completed, I started seeing people now posting pictures that they were here. And this was really close to the pandemic hitting in 2019. And I was working for an international organization then. And I was asked to come to Blantyre for a few weeks. So I checked with the procurement team, said, what hotels do we have to choose? And they gave us all the names, but Amaryllis was not there. And I was like, no, but I want that hotel.
Yeah, I want
and everybody in the office said, we have been talking that, because I had just joined. We have been discussing that. We need to add that hotel. We see people going there. We are being paid by an organization. Why can't we have it? Of course, I couldn't come that first time because they needed to do the processing.
Yeah.
But I went to another hotel. Every time I was free, I was moving from there because all the people that I needed to meet in Blantyre were at Amaryllis. So they're like, oh, pizza by Amaryllis. So
yeah, true.
I came here all the time. My question is about how you brought in these people, because most of them were like the young generation. They're coming here for lunches and the dates and whatnot. What was the strategy that you used so that everybody no longer like me could see that, no, people are actually going there and they're part of our peers? What was the strategy?
Yes, but before answering, just to complement what you were saying, it was so surprising a lot when I was moving around in Lilongwe, telling people about Amaryllis, and people used to tell me, where is Amaryllis? And for me, like, how, guys? It's like one of the tallest building in
Blantyre.
Blantyre. One of the most beautiful building in Blantyre. For me, that was like, really, seriously. And by the way, we spent the whole year of 2021 marketing, and we kept hearing the same question of like, where is it?
Yes.
Even in the government offices or the corporate offices, it wasn't there. And even for me, it was like, guys, it's like we are visible from the moon.
Every corner of Blantyre.
because of the structure. But that was one of the challenges. But again, to answer your question, us as a marketer, I'm talking about a marketer now, not as a general manager, because I spent a good number of time in Amaryllis, not doing the job of a general manager, but was doing the job of a marketer. Yes. So for us to get the people from different age groups, it was the packages and prices. Okay, what do you offer, and how to bring these packages in the front of the eyes, they want to hear it. So that's why we have used all the tools. We have used the Times TV. We had a very important MOU with Time Group, and I'm using your interview and your perfect broadcast to say thank you very much for them, because without them wouldn't be easy for me. So we went to newspapers with so many packages. We went to radio. We went to the TV as well, talking about Amaryllis and inviting people to come and to experience the property. Pizza, one. You mentioned pizza, and I'm happy that you mentioned pizza, because pizza was one of the tools that I came up with, and I said, listen, guys, anyone, not only in Malawi, but even in my country, in Egypt, we love to get buy one, get one free. We love it so much. We love to feel like we're getting something for free. It's a psychology, the psychological of the buyer, So I said, again, don't look into the profit. So let's come up with something that can make people start to come and experience Amaryllis. So one of the ideas was buy one, get one free. And literally, it was too stressful, because sometimes we were selling a day around 500 pizza.
Wow, the demand was high.
The demand was crazy, and that has brought the people to Splash. And from Splash, people were asking about rooms. How much you guys selling rooms? You can get the room with 6,000 kwacha. Seriously? And we start building slowly the trust and the base of our customers. And we have used that word of mouth. Oh, I love this tool. I love it so much. When you give a very real, proper service to someone, you made him feel welcome. And you made him feel like, he's part of it.
I'm part of this. I belong here.
Yes, it is me to come with my family. Either you are rich or you are not. You can come, sit, and enjoy. For a mid-range Malawian, okay, who can bring his six members or 7 members of family and spend that time around maybe about 25,000 kwacha, 30,000 kwacha for 7 people. Eating, sharing slices of pizzas, taking pictures around, posting in social media. That for me was one of the most important tools. And again, that barriers was removing. And I was so happy to see Malawians coming to when I was coming and I see the people sitting around the Splash or moving around the reception. That was a sign that we are in the right direction. So we made the people big part of it. One of the other elements that assisted us a lot, events. So one of the strategy is to get one of the sector in Malawi and start to do a support and push. We couldn't find any better sector but artist and an art sector. An art sector. And remember that time I was getting around 40% of my salary People were getting 80% of the salaries. That time, the artists were not getting anything.
Yeah.
It's a pandemic, no events, no performances, nothing. And it was sad that even there was no organization. In our country, we have some organization that when something happened like pandemic and artists stay at home, they at least a little bit money that can be sent to those people to keep them alive.
Yeah, the artist welfare.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Like associations just to look after artists. So that wasn't in Malawi. So we all as a team said, let's start pushing and support artists. So for us was started the events, musical events during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And that was not really easy. That's why what we have done, just again to gain trust, we had to spray, literally guys, spray the whole property from 7th floor to something called B4 underground 3 times a day. We had 6 people with this BPE. I'm not really quite sure because that white
the
suit,
protective PPE.
suits, BPE, with their equipment moving around the building, spraying the escalators, elevators, splash all the outside areas. And I really wanted people to see them moving around, because people was so much afraid of leaving their homes, but the element of supporting the arts industry, and we start getting them into Amaryllis, and they start making events. People start coming, 20 people, 40 people, 100 people. That has changed completely the situation, and people felt like we are part of them. We are not outsiders. We're not coming from somewhere else. It's a proper Malawian investment. It's a proper Malawian investment in the land of Malawi. So when the people felt like, these guys are not strangers. They are us, that has brought them to Amaryllis like crazy, man.
On the support for the arts, I think a couple that I can remember. You have done the Deft Poetry. You have partnered with Deft Poetry.
True.
They host their annual poetry festival here. You do the all shades of fashion,
the inclusive
fashion for people with different disabilities and whatnot. But you have gone into even visible partnerships with entertainers promotion. We have Tonderai Banda always here supporting different events that they are doing and bringing events here on the Splash and elsewhere. You have done several partnership deals with artists that come to Blantyre, and every time they come here, they say, my home is in Amaryllis. I have Quest on top of my mind. I have Tana, Mr. Broken English, who's been part of this institution. The list is endless. We have had Onesmus and all these guys. When you're making these decisions, and I'm speaking from a position of we haven't had these decisions being made by the hotels to support the arts in that way.
True, yes.
You would give a venue here and say, okay, we charge 100, so we give you sponsorship of 20%, you pay 80%. But you guys have been opening up, even giving people accommodation in rooms and stay here as their houses. Were you not scared of these decisions from internal and external? Internally, in terms of your team, your board, and everybody. Externally, from your competition, because Amaryllis is a 5-star hotel, right? I don't want to assume. How many stars does Amaryllis?
5 stars.
It's 5 star.
Yes.
So when you have 5-star service, some people would not want to associate with that service because other people also associate with the same service. They want exclusivity.
Yeah,
so
I understand
externally, your competitors to start with, and probably your possible clients would be looking at artists, for example. Oh, I stay in Amaryllis when I'm in Blantyre. Them feeling like, how much money does that kid make that he stays in Amaryllis, and I also need to go there.
Yeah.
Me stay in the same rooms. Like,
Yeah, very
they'll be
good
like,
question.
no, were you not afraid? What gave you the courage to still say, okay? And can you tell us that those decisions have been paying off?
So, short answer, I wasn't afraid at all. I wasn't worried at all. I felt that this is the right move. This is the right move. I could see other team members were not
Being skeptical
very,
about it.
yes, were not very comfortable. And I've been asked, and they said this kind of deals is not exist in Malawi.
Yes.
And if the artists want to come and do any activity, they should pay for it. That's it. If they want to stay, they should pay for the stay. If they want to eat, they should pay for the food. But again, it was a very special kind of was unusual
Yeah.
timing of our life. And again, as I told you, the usual ideas was not
Were
really
not
the
going-
right.
Were not going to work.
It was not the right.
Going back the book was not
You
going to
cannot-
work.
Never. Nothing was happening.
So that's why I'm telling you literally, in Amaryllis, we have just put the books aside. We just pushed it aside and said, listen guys, let's use what we have right now, what we have in mind, and the situation right now. So to come with the artist and say, listen, instead of you make money out of me, so if I want to do an event, I have to pay him, or I make money out of him, so if he wants to do an event, I have to make him pay. So my solution was even better. I said, let's come together, let's make money together, not out of each other, but together. I have the venue, I have the platform, and you have the talent. Okay, that's why the relationship that started with entertainment promotions was very, very, very strategic. Was very strategic because in the beginning I could see that the producers are in island, the artists are in a different island, the platform and venues was in a different islands, and it's an individual in different islands, and there is no connection, and everyone is staying in his island waiting for someone to come to
And
him.
pick them up.
Yes, I'm picking up, I'm come, pay me, I will do this. So for us in Amaryllis, what we have done, we have brought everyone in one island, in one land, and said, listen guys, you have the equipment, I have the platform and the venue, you have the talent. Let's mix them together and let's make money together. So what was happening in 2019, it won't happen this time. It won't. It was we had no time. We have no money, man.
Yeah.
The money was going into masks, sanitizers, food. Paying the bills. So the way that people even received the idea was perfect. Was perfect. Entertainment people told me before approaching Tundurai Band and entertainment promotions, they told me literally, don't go there. It is too expensive. The guy is selective because of the type of equipment and events he does. So when I went to Tundurai Banda and I sat with him for the first meeting, and I remember that in early 2021, I could feel completely, I was so much energetic, and I was really in move. I said, let's do it. And the guy was in love with the idea, excited. The level of excitement was high, talking about what should be done. And Tundurai told me, Rammy, I'm in. And the guy, I remember that sentence. He said, all my equipments and my team under your supervision now. He said, at your service. You just tell me what needs to be done, I will do. So by having him here, opening the door, and again, it's a psychological a move. The minute that you are part of it, the minute that you feel yourself, I am part of this success, I am part of this organization, you're gonna do with no
More of it,
limitation.
yeah.
And instead of me coming and say, listen, how much? plus one plus one equal 2. No, remove this, remove that. No, we were together, and the success we have made out of this point that you have raised was amazing. Was big, even beyond my expectation.
Okay. You have anything to add before I
No,
put on
under the same topic, I noticed, is it last year or the other, when the Major One Ministry, they held their prayers in Malawi.
Yeah, true.
Most all the people from South Africa and other countries, the first option to lodge and stay was this
Amaryllis.
hotel.
That's very
How
true.
was it possible? How did people know from other countries that we have to go there?
So before again answering, Prophet Shepherd Bushiri is one of the most important tourism element to this country. So when I came in my study
Yes.
into the market and what is in the market and where we can make money, Prophet Shepherd Bushiri and his ministry was very in the top list. Okay. So I did my level best to approach the ministry and approach the team, and I really need to give them the credit, the way that I've been received to his office. Even they facilitate me meeting him, and that was a very important meeting, because for me was also a big opportunity for someone who can drive too much business like this to the country. So and you know, he's a man of God, and I understand that his title is a prophet, okay, but I have also seen the businessman, the business vision of that guy, young but full of ideas. And you guys, what you are going to see, maybe I'm also close somehow to what's happening in Goshen City.
Yeah.
What Prophet Bushiri and his team and ministry going to do in Goshen City, in Malawi, going to be the talk, not only in the talk in Africa, but it will be the talk in the whole planet of what he's doing here. So it was very important point for us to convince them to come to Amaryllis. They have sent a team to inspect the property. They went everywhere in terms of services, hygiene, security, everywhere. And I could see in their eyes and body language that they were very happy and satisfied. And that first time they came here, the property were fully booked. Amaryllis has to get rooms even in other players' hotels. 50 rooms here, 20 rooms there, in the top of the 91 rooms in Amaryllis.
Wow.
And we had to have a very big network of transportation to link everyone together. People were staying here, people were staying in different hotels. They had to come for the prayer in AICC, the conference center. For me, that was a blessing. For me, that was also a challenge. And you know, it's a scenario where I have put Amaryllis into the max. In terms of everything, in terms of kitchen, in terms of rooms, we were ready. We were more than ready. And I really wanted also the team members in Amaryllis to use to it.
Yeah.
To use to serve people that are coming.
Huge numbers.
Huge
at
number
once.
of people. And remember that they're not only coming from Malawi, the people coming from South Africa, from Germany, from UK, different kind of, and I could see that the people also are coming. They were not poor people. Let me say that. They were high kind of, you know, titles and people, and I could see them. I could see it in their accessories and outfit and the way they talk and whatever. So that was also a big responsibility, and I really wanted Prophet Bushiri and his ministry to be proud of us. So the relationship has started. We could really make them proud. I had an excellent feedback from him directly to me, and that was, for me, that was like an award or like a certificate for someone like Prophet Bushiri to tell you, you are doing well. I will keep trust the brand. We will keep doing the business with you. That was a milestone in my career here in Malawi.
Talking about awards, for the first time ever, the Malawi Tourism Council just introduced the Malawi Tourism Industry Awards. And you were nominated in 2 categories?
True.
2, right? Which is the leading hotel category
And the conference.
conference hotel
Conference facility.
facility,
Yes.
yeah. And you won the leading hotel category.
Yes.
And you came second
We came second to the conference.
conferencing.
True.
How does that feel? We are talking about 2019. We are talking about 2020. You coming into position. This is just 2023. Building this structure, putting in investment, getting the trust of the people, premium service, 5-star service being offered, at the same time being inclusive to the people that are seen as not 5-star worth, but you accommodating them all the time in this facility. And now coming out tops in the categories that you were nominated in the leading hotel and second in the second. What's the feeling like? And when that happened, what was going into your mind and what has been the discussions with your team?
So, man, very, very honestly, I went with the team to that night with the mindset of, guys, don't expect a lot. Don't. So I said, we have done a perfect effort in 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 up to date. So I said, by us being nominated, it's an honor. By us being nominated, it's an honor. And I said, count on what you have done, okay? However, either we are selected or not, we are a winner. We are a winner. Being a well-known company, we are a winner. When Honorable Minister Vera announced the name of Amaryllis, that was one of the happiest moment in my entire life. In my entire life. Being the first property that will be written in the history, that MTC has done the first gala dinner, first awards in 2023, and Amaryllis is the first winner as a leading hotel, competing with a very big names, very respected big names in the sector was not easy. Was not easy. However, in the competition, in the awards, people has voted.
Yeah.
And the judges has also submit their own opinion.
Yeah.
So I came to know that voting was amazing for Amaryllis. And again, this is one of our assets. It's not the building is not the assets. The love of the people is the real asset. The respect of the people. People talking about this company and this brand now with a very good respect. And the comments I receive every day is amazing. So back to the point that for me, I felt like we are the leading hotel. I felt like we are eligible to get the awards. I wasn't really waiting for it, but when honorable ministers announced it, I decided not to be emotional. I was so emotional. And even before me going to the stage, and this is something exclusive for you, I was even talking to myself in that few seconds of me
from
going
the
to the
seat
stage,
to
from
the
the
podium.
seat to the stage. Don't be emotional.
Get yourself together.
Yes, don't be emotional. Just smile.
Yeah.
Just say something nice. Just smile, and you made it. You made it. And I can, man. The minute that I have received the trophy, I had also with me Gina, our marketing manager, that night. We took the picture with the minister, and I could see so many people in front of me were really happy, were very, very happy. And when I'm saying really happy,
Yeah.
it's honestly happy.
Yeah. I don't know how many people went from Amaryllis to the event.
Two.
Two, yeah. But the cheers that went erupted in the room when the name was announced.
Oh.
Yeah, because I know like some companies had big tables, like they bought maybe 2 tables of 10. So if they win, the cheers is part of their team celebrating.
Yes.
But Amaryllis, I only saw you and Gina sitting amongst other people from other
people.
hotels.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
true.
but the cheers came from like all the sides of the room.
From everywhere. And that actually put too much happiness and confidence in my heart. Again, when the people feel like you deserve it, it's not about like we have a nice structure and we are the winner because of the way that Amaryllis has been designed. No, I felt like we are the winner because what has been done of activities, events, initiative. And the people that were cheering, they are also witness. They are our witness for what has been done. And the minute I just came down from the stage and everyone was calling my name and saying, yes, man, you deserve it, well done, and whatever. That moment is, it's again, I told them when I came here to the board member, I said, this is the most important moment in 2023. In my career, it is one of the most important moment, having the trophy, having or even being nominated. And again, I went back to the stage to receive the other certificates as one of the best conference hotels in Malawi. That was out of the world, man. And we have decided, the happiness out of the award was too big. So we decided to do 3 versions of celebration. Okay, so number 1 version it was team members, the backbones of Amaryllis. So day before yesterday, we had a fantastic party. We got all the team members. KLK was a surprise.
I saw the video. I saw the video of KLK performing. Yeah. So I was looking at the people. I was like, this look like the familiar faces from somewhere in like their uniforms and what.
True. That's the team members. So we have decided to make a party for them. KLK was no one knows that KLK was coming. Yes. But I kept saying that there is an artist is coming to just to celebrate your achievement. So was perfect. Perfect, full of drinks, full of food. I have approved also a bonus for everyone in the building for what they have done. Not only for the awards, it's a daily, Amaryllis team. I'm too proud, beyond even being proud of the team. And I will keep saying that I am with the team here and with the management team. We are lucky with our team. So the first version was the team members, and we have done it. Then the second version is going to be what we call it the CEO and partners and bookers version, which is going to take place on Friday, this coming Friday 13th, here at Splash. And then we need to do another version for Amaryllis lovers, for all those people that they love Amaryllis, they voted for Amaryllis, they supported and they use Amaryllis. So I'm going to announce that very soon. So there's something been cooked with entertainment promotion about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. And I didn't tell you, my background is also in tourism and hospitality. So I studied tourism and hospitality at Nzuzu University. Yeah. I was in
one of the great university here for hospitality.
Yes. So I was there for a couple of years, and I've worked in the industry. I've managed small lodges in Mangochi and whatnot. Wow. So I understand service. I understand how the industry works. So some of the questions that I'm asking you, like perspectives of other competitors, are things that I know. We've been in boardrooms, talk about these ideas, and people don't want to bring those ideas into fruition. They don't want innovations to happen. They love,
unfortunately,
a pattern of how things are. I was going to ask you about your most memorable moment, which you have just explained to us now about this award. or maybe there's another one in your hospitality career, whether it's outside or working at Amaryllis? Was this the one, like you say?
Yeah, it's not the only one. For Malawi, there is lots of memorable moments. Okay, and remember when we have opened our doors for people to come and use the platform or to perform, I have came across with stories that is not easy to hold your tears. Amaryllis also is doing lots of CSR activities. Some of them is known and posted in social media, and some of them, or the majority of them, is unknown because of the culture that we have in the building. But there is lots. Maybe I won't be able to mention some of them, but there is some stories came to my office that was so much emotional. And you could see someone singing or performing or smiling while inside him there is a tragedy. There is a tragedy. So what we are trying to do in Amaryllis is just to maybe to focus on the happy side of the people, and not to go into so much the sad side of the people. And I said always there is the other organization that they are actually has to take care of the sad side of the people. And less people come here. And one of the initiative was to get someone from the street who actually playing a guitar. Just give him we give him a nice suit. We designed the suit for him. We brought him at this time we are on the stage called Onet Salonso stage.
Yeah.
Which is Show Your Talent.
Show Your Talent.
And that stage has been made just for the upcoming Malawian talents to come and use it. Everyone, sorry. We got the guy from the street. We give him the suit. We give him the stage. The happiness was in his voice. The happiness why in his eyes, playing while people are cheering and clapping for him. That's something that I won't forget in my life. And I have hundreds of stories being close to people, similar stories. But again, you could be a hope. And really, I'm trying. I was always saying that I really want to be the hand of God on the earth. Not the stick. So someone who can help people, someone who can give hope or opportunity to someone to grow. This is something that I do love the most. But lots of happy moments. We have lots of awards, by the way.
Yeah.
And one of the moments that makes me very happy and proud. One of the awards that has been given to Amaryllis in 2022 was the Best General Manager in Malawi Awards. So again, it was about voting, and the votes was more than 6,000 people has been voting for me. And when I got the call from the organization in Dubai and I said, congratulations, you are the winner, this is the trophy.
Yeah.
And they give me a selection of either I can come to take the trophy from Dubai, or they send the trophy and the certificate to Malawi. And that time I was not really able to travel, and the trophy came here. And the way that people were celebrating the trophy, and they call it people manager,
Yeah.
So it's a title or it's an expression that I love a lot. That also I'm not normally a person who has a high nose or act funny for people. So I'm normally, I have that open door concept, and lots of awards that makes us very happy and proud in our journey.
Okay. Wherever people are praising you, praising what is happening with Amaryllis, and you as an individual, in this case, you winning the People's Manager Award.
Yes, yeah, this is the biggest award.
Yeah, it's I remember that. I also voted when I saw
Yes.
the post up. There's always also moments where some people still say, "Hey, nah, those guys, there's this, those guys, there's this," and these moments could actually make you go into your office, lock it up, and sit there and say, "Wow, do I need to really be dealing with this?" What's that moment for you?
So remember that in as a public figure, as a public figure, okay, and I it seems like I've been forced to be a public figure in Malawi and known by everyone, and to also working with a brand that offers services, you have to be ready to hear also negative comments in the end of the day. So we are very well trained, and I'm very well experienced to handle even negative comments. And remember that each and every comment, it makes you even stronger. Okay, if you are positive enough, and even in my social media, if you go to my social media, I always write even in my WhatsApp, positivity is the key. Positivity is the key for everything. So the way that we receive negative comments, we sit together, we study, is that real? Is that not real? What should be done? And in the end of the day, you know, action has a louder voice. You know, people might tell you something is not true, or it can be true, but in the end of the day, we are on the floor with our service, opening the doors, smiling to everyone, accommodating everyone, doing events, support. You know, all these activities is helping those people that they have a negative feedback to understand maybe us in much better way. And I'm telling you, those people that they come to Amaryllis and they know us very, very well, it's so difficult to upset them. Me as Rammy, I'm very keen about guest satisfaction. And one of the most point that people are so much pressured under my management is guest satisfaction.
Now, looking at the accolades that you have achieved from 2020 to now, it means your hospitality quality is really top notch, right? So what I would like to know is, how do you work with your team, especially the team that goes and meet the clients day to day? How do you make sure they offer the best service, they offer customer satisfaction? How, like, are there special tactics that you have used to get to that level?
It's also a question. Maybe you are not in the hospitality, but this is very good question.
Yeah.
In Amaryllis, there is something called 4 brand building blocks, 4 core standards or points that we have to follow in order to get a happy guest. Personalized service. So when we are offering you the service, you need to feel like you are the only you are the only guest around, using your name, coming to you. Sometimes, you know, when you are a guest staying for maybe 2-3 days, so we know that you love in the morning tea with milk. So without even asking, the tea with milk come in on your table without even asking. But just the waiter or the waitress, they have noticed that you love it. So personalized service, hassle-free. This is very important point in our standard. We have concept called Make It Right. It's a concept. We have a signage at the reception and everywhere around the building. We keep saying or inviting guests to say, we can make it right. You just let us know what is not up to your expectation, and our promise to you is to make it right on the spot, either in food, rooms, cleanliness, anything. So we're always inviting people to contact us, and not to stay, not to remain in the building with any bad feeling about the building. So personalized, hassle-free, and consistency. The number 3 core standard is a consistency. We are trying our level best to offer a consistent service. So the cleanliness of the room should be perfect. And should be consistent, so when you are coming this month or you are coming the following months, you should not feel like the situation has changed or went up or went down. We are trying our level best to also keep our food consistent, the service consistent. One of the point it keep us with consistent service is that we are doing very good in keeping the team members in the building. So the turnover, we have something called the turnover, which is the percentage that can tell you how many people keep leaving the building.
Yeah.
So we have a very small, like 0.0 something percentage. So we are trying to keep people within the company, so you don't have to explain to yourself a lot, and those people, they understand the culture of the company. So after the consistency, we have something called Amaryllis moments or Amaryllis touch. Amaryllis touch, which is this movement when it comes to, let's say you have a birthday.
Yes.
Yes. So you automatically, if you came to Amaryllis once, and in your birthday you are going to receive an email from Amaryllis team saying happy birthday.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
In your anniversary, if you are spending your anniversary in the building, we are surprising people with a spa vouchers or deco in the rooms. So very little what I call Amaryllis moments, where people can feel like, hey, that's so nice of them.
Yeah.
And little touches, to go to the bed and to write the name of the guest, or as a repeat guest, they can say welcome Mr. David or welcome Mr. Rammy, or a flower or an amenities in the rooms, or we can upgrade someone in our loyalty programs. We call them, we say that congratulations, you have moved now to one of the highest level of loyalty program. Please come. We offer him a complimentary night. We take a picture with a big card, symbolic card for our Amaryllis rewards program. So this Amaryllis touches, Amaryllis moments is actually keep the people happy and satisfied. And this 4 core standard, Amaryllis core standard, is the secret and technique behind why people are happy and keep coming and trusting Amaryllis Hotel.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure, and I know that your complete rate must be very low with such a service that you offer. But then at one time there was a guy on Facebook. What was his name? I think it's Tabo.
Tabo Jakak.
Yes, he had posted a complaint about the hotel. He said you kind of prefer to serve a different customer other than him. Were you aware of that post?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So what happened is that was, I can say it as a misunderstanding between us, Amaryllis, and Mr. AG. Okay. So what happened is, as soon as I have seen the post, immediately I have called them. And I have explained myself exactly the situation. So the only problem was that we were fully booked. There was very big Malawian group coming from an NGO organization, and they have an activities every year with us. So I understand also the frustration of telling someone, no, we don't have rooms available, please leave or move to another room. So that was, I understand. And in my call to him was, I understood his frustration, and even I submit an apology for the misunderstanding, and I made myself clear. And I guess Mr. AG as well, after my call and after that positive approach by us to him, he also again posted in his social media saying that everything has been sorted. So again, that was the point that you have asked about. You have to be positive. We are not in disagreement or in a fight with anyone. There is no intention, there is no plan to lose even one person out of the guests of Amaryllis. And remember, we need everyone. We need the support of everyone. I can't make money if the people start saying that we are bad and whatever. But in the end of the day, being positive, and even people were saying, no, put your statement and no statement. For me, we are not an organization that we have to release a statement like government organization. I'm a happiness seller. I'm calling myself. I am selling you happiness. I'm selling you happiness. So as a happiness seller, I shouldn't be angry or like, no, why, how? Each and every comment, either it is true or not true, we have to take it in our consideration. We have to approach it very positively. And AG is coming again soon to stay with us. So that was very important for me to tell him, please don't misunderstand the situation. And myself, I came up with a proper explanation, and the gentleman was very open-minded and nice to receive the explanation from myself, just to make sure that we are not. And the point that, because other comments, I've seen other comments about it as well. So some of the bad comments for people that I could see that they haven't really been in Amaryllis, they haven't tried us. They haven't came to Amaryllis, and they haven't seen the way that we are dealing with everyone.
Yeah.
As you said, inclusivity is a key for Amaryllis to make money.
Yeah, exactly.
And remember that the share from the international market is in Malawi nowadays is very minimal. It's not a market that I can say, okay, listen, I will ignore every market and let me consider it. No, it is something very, very small. So without the Malawian market, and even I was talking to the honorable minister when we were discussing the domestic
tourism, yeah.
And I was explaining to the minister what we have done in order to push the domestic tourism, because it is sustainable. And I told her, since the pandemic, we are depending on domestic tourism.
Yeah.
We are depending on domestic tourism, and without the domestic tourism, without people coming to Amaryllis and stay and spend 1 or 2 nights, we wouldn't have made it. So the point is, we are very positive. We are very positive, very professional. And there is no intention to have one person with any negative feeling. That's painful for us.
Yeah.
That even personally, as Rammy, I feel like I'm not doing my job. If you are going to stay in Amaryllis tomorrow and you leave this structure with a bad feeling that I am not doing my job in a proper way, so I need to sit, as you said, get the team. I say, guys, there is something wrong. Let's make it right. This is what I was saying in the past few minutes. Make it right, and for that point, I made it right immediately.
I remember I also had an experience here, and when I saw that post, I was like, this could have been what happened to me. Maybe just the communication. I booked in. We had activities in Blantyre. I was going to Nsanje Chikwawa, and I thought I was going to finish my activities on a Saturday. So my checkout was on Saturday.
Yes.
And I had been communicated to that I'll have to also stay in Blantyre and go do Mwiza and Neno.
Oh.
And I had forgotten
to
extend my stay until Saturday. And then I was just there, and when I was going out, then I was like, oh, you're checking out today? I was like, no. I was like, no, you're checking out today? I was like, no. And then I realized, no, I haven't extended here.
Yes.
But I was actually leaving that time to go to Neno. And they said, oh, can I extend now? I said, oh, but the whole hotel has been fully booked yes. for the next 2 days. So I was like, okay, what do we do? Because I need to go now into the car to go to Neno and back. What do I do now? So they said, no, we'll facilitate a booking into the neighboring hotel for
Correct.
you. We are going to book ourselves for you. So if you are still staying here extending, because your LP will still come here, we'll sort out the other part. I actually went out, they took my stuff, kept them. When I came back, they took me to the other hotel for 2 nights. And when there was room here, I got checked back in here for the rest of the week.
Yeah, exactly. Because this is what's happening, and I've been in the industry for the past 25 years, and I'm dealing with this situation almost daily. Remember that when you are unbacked and you put everything in the room, and suddenly something happens and you want to extend, and you hear that, oh, sorry, we cannot, so you have to put everything in your bag and you have to leave
and find another place.
That's difficult.
Yeah.
That's difficult. And especially if you are stressed, or if you are outside, or you are engaged to a meeting and whatever. So that's why we are trying our level best. What we have said now is one of the solutions. So we can say, okay, no problem, let us do the job for you. So instead of you going yourself to find another hotel, let us find you the space, move you over there, and then you can even pay us. So we are trying to make sure that we make that situation more acceptable.
Yeah.
And again, it's, remember that we are also dealing with human beings.
Yeah.
You don't know what people are experiencing. Is it a bad day? It's a good day? They might have a problem. Someone might be really in the hospital or whatever. So you don't know what's the story behind an angry guest. And even in my training to the team members, I keep saying, an angry guest has a story behind. So you need somehow to touch the story to understand what's happening. And then it's not availability is availability. In the end of the day, it's, if the room is available, then we can extend you. If the room is not available, then when we have a commitment with someone else who can even sue us. You know, like I have booked with Amaryllis, and they wouldn't be able to give me the room. But what we're trying to do now in the team, to make the experience, or to make that situation more easy, more acceptable, by offering alternative like what you have said right now.
Right. Rammy, we've been talking, and I know we can talk for days. There are still a lot of things that we would want to understand. You have touched on the domestic tourism and the push. I've seen you being very active in all the events that happen in this country, apart from just being a GM for Amaryllis. Every time there's an event, whether it's the MTC Street Carnival, you are there with your team. There's this happening in Lilongwe, you are there. You're always showing up. And can you share with us, what are the big plans in 2 minutes that you think you have for the next foreseeable future? The thing that you say, these are the things that I want to implant in this country. This series of podcasts that we're doing are called Reimagine. And if you were to reimagine the tourism industry, the way you've seen it, the way you've interacted with it, and to create a picture of a new industry, how you want things to be done, what could that be?
Our vision in this company is too big for Malawi. And personally, I really want Amaryllis name to move everywhere. I want to take Amaryllis to Lilongwe. I want to take Amaryllis to the lake, Salima or Mangochi. The plan was to have a chain, a local chain, can extend this nice facility all over Malawi, to up to
Mzuzu.
Yes. What we are trying to do in order to reach the good level of hospitality, we have decided last year to go to high tech. We are using the technology to the max in Amaryllis Hotel. We have come up with so many initiatives that makes the stay easier, and make the people connected to Amaryllis with 1 or 2 touches only. So we came up with the QR code. It's only QR codes. You scan that QR code once, and you have the whole facilities of Amaryllis, all the menus, all the information. You can make a booking. You can even order a food takeaway from the QR code. We have done our 360 virtual reality tour. So we have in our website a tour where you can just go and click. You will be able to take a proper tour, 360 degree, to go to the room, to splash, to see the view. And we have the virtual reality tour as well with the set, where you can we are using this a lot when we are traveling to to outside of Malawi.
Yeah.
And for me, I used to tell the people, listen, I can get you to the Malawi in 2 seconds with no visa or even traveling. We put the set and
you
we show
walk
him.
around.
We show him Malawi. We done also our mobile application. So the mobile application is working for Amaryllis Hotel. All the offers and special events can be accessible. We keep also sending notification to people about our special offers. Recently, we have done our radio. We have e-radio, Amaryllis e-radio. So that was also a crazy idea a bit. The Amaryllis radio can be accessible from everywhere. Now, even in the social media, you can just go and click the option where they can take you to Amaryllis radio. We have lots of information, lots of advertisement, also gifts and vouchers, whatever. It's really happening. So we have done the VR. We have also working now on something called the AR. The AR is a new kind of technology, maybe advanced more than the VR.
That's augmented reality, right?
Correct. So where you will be able to use your mobile to see the food before you ordered. So the minute that you put your camera, your live camera to the table, and you go through the menu, you click the pizza, you see the pizza in front of you. You click the burger, you see the burger in front of you. So there's some people they want to see the food before ordering.
Yeah.
So we eat with our eyes. So the augmented reality going to help the guests a lot on seeing what they are going to order before even comes to the table. So the technology is the key. The technology is the right key, and we are trying to be up to date with the technology. I feel like in the next 5-6 years, by the way, if you are not in the right position with technology in the hospitality industry, you're gonna lose lots of business. So lots of ideas. I keep saying I don't want to die before implementing my ideas. I have lots of them in my head. I don't want them to take them to the grave. The team is energetic a lot, and there is lots of surprises we're going to give to Malawi and Malawians. We are trying to take, as I told you, the brand outside of Blantyre. So we started with Blantyre, but outside of Blantyre, improving the services, improving the food, improving the experience in the hotel. I have a dream, and I don't feel like to leave Malawi. I've been treated very, very, very good in Malawi, and I consider myself as a Malawian now. The way I'm answering questions, the way I'm thinking, I'm improving my Chichewa as well.
Okay.
So wait for me. You might have the next year interview with Chichewa.
I was contemplating, do I start asking you in Chichewa, or I was like, okay,
no, I'm bushing. I'm bushing. I love the language a lot. And when you greet people, when you ask people like Mulikuti or Zabopo or whatever, when you are using this kind of words during the day, people loved it, man.
Exactly.
To use their own language. But the dream is big, and we have just decided to put all our efforts to make the dream come true.
No, thank you so much. We're here as Podcast Malawi to see the journey as it unfolds, as it continues. And it's been a pleasure that we came here and you said, no, come through, let's have a conversation. You have a very busy schedule every day, we know, and you have got events coming up all the time. For you to take your time to say, okay, an hour plus, let's sit down, have a conversation. No, it's a great honor for us as Podcast Malawi and to our viewers, actually, because they are the ones who want to hear the stories. They're the one to know what's going on. Why is this happening? And for the record, you are the first general manager of any hotel who has come on our set, sat with us and tell us everything about your hotel.
But well done, guys. I really enjoyed the interview a lot. One of the best, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. There is a lot, to tell the story of 3 years of success. You really need a quite good time, like what we have done today, and it's a pleasure. It's an honor for me to have you here in Amaryllis. And as I said, this place is always open for you guys, even for us in Amaryllis, or even if you want to interview anyone else, and to tell the audience more stories of more successful either organization or people. This place is considered yours.
Now that you're talking, I'm supposed to be looking at her because we have plans to take this. Because we have this conversation now. People wait for it until we have a slot for it, and then we'll air it on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Our questions are based on what we know about Amaryllis, about what you do. But I'm thinking even how we're sitting, if we're here on an evening with one of your events and we're doing a live podcasting, where the questions actually even come from the people that watch us. So we have like an audience kind of set where we talk even more things about different other things apart from just you and Amaryllis.
True.
But have guests here on an evening. I think that would be a beautiful thing.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
And we have lots of places where we can set exactly that setup, and get the people. And it's also, as you said, it's good to be interactive. Get the people from audience, ask questions, say something about Amaryllis, or maybe say something about that particular occasions. So guys, you're most welcome.
No, thank you so much. And I know my coordinator will take it up to explore what more we can do together.
Yes.
For us, we are very interested in the conversation, the narratives, and many people that are changing the narrative. Coming from nowhere, putting up this structure, getting on it from the COVID situation, and emerging the leading hotel award just 3 years later. That's a story that we want to hear. There are a lot of young people that are innovative like you, with tied hands, like I've said. How do we untie those hands? Maybe other GMs, when they watch this podcast, they'll say, no, I need now to untie my chairs to start trying this and all that. Yeah. So thank you so much. Ben, is there anything that you think you need to take out from Rammy before he moves?
Just one last question. I know you have aspirations of expanding, as you have said, to develop more in the other cities, Lilongwe, Mangochi, probably Salima.
Yes.
As you said. Looking at the clientele that you already have here, would you like to get it bigger, or the focus is just to maintain it?
No, we really need to make it bigger and bigger. And we've been asked by people, let's say in Lilongwe.
Yes.
One of the requests that I keep getting in my even social media is, guys, come and build property in Lilongwe. And when especially when we are doing events and people can see lots of artists moving around and colorful events, people a little bit feel like, we need this atmosphere as well in
Lilongwe.
in Lilongwe.
Yeah.
So we really want to go to Lilongwe. I really want to put a place like this in Lilongwe, and that can be a game changer. That can really be a game changer.
I think that would be great. Now, as for me, one of my best memories is when I traveled from Lilongwe after a hectic week of work, and I told my friend, I'm like, yo, we made this much money. Let's go to Blantyre. And most of the times I was here, and I have a lot of pictures which I took of this place. So you talked about your best times, and I think one of my best times was to stay here and have some good time here.
That's a pleasure, man.
Sure.
And I always feel good to see people moving around, taking pictures. It's a sign that the place is beautiful, and people really loved it and appreciate it a lot. So I'm using actually this platform to tell the people, please come and enjoy Amaryllis. It's yours. It's for everyone.
Thank you so much. Carry on. Nothing from you? All right.
Maybe you're Mina Jijewa. You can ask in Jijewa, he will answer.
Hey, too early.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, our dear viewers, thank you so much for watching this podcast. It's a special podcast with Mr. Rammy Wahid, the general manager for Amaryllis. It's the place that you love. We know that. We know you have been
the award-winning general manager.
The award-winning general manager from the award-winning hotel. And I know you have loved this podcast. If you have any comments or anything that you'd want to ask Rammy, make sure you drop that comment in the comment section. He will be there to answer you. He's a very social media person. So he'll be answering your questions, probably even invite you to come sit down with him if you need any explanations on what he has said. As for me, I go by the name Dennis Iman. Call me Papa Isla. If you want it that way, a pleasure being here. I love this place.
Thank you very
leading
much.
hotel, being featured on a leading podcast, and we are out. I say peace.